One individual may die for an idea, but that idea will, after his death, incarnate itself in a thousand lives. These quoted words of the famous Indian nationalist and freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose endows the spirit of patriotic fervor as we recollect the supreme sacrifices of the martyrs of the freedom struggle, leaving a legacy of valor and self-respect. Good evening to one and all present in the virtual Independence Day celebration organized by Creative Writing Modern Age Mumbai, an online literary platform. I, Mrs. Manjay Sharma, Director of CWMA, welcome you all on behalf of the entire team. It's a privilege for us to be honored by the gracious presence of our chief guest, Lieutenant Commander Vijay Nair from Indian Navy, despite his busy schedule. Today, as the nation celebrates its 78th Independence Day with day-long activities keeping intact the theme of Vikshit Bharat, let us too carry forth the spirit of national pride and encourage our students to celebrate the country's heritage. Last year, we were graced by the honorable presence of two dignitaries from the Indian Army, namely Major General Shami Sabharwal and Major Muhammad Ali Shah. So, we do hope in the near future more such events can be organized where our students will be motivated to pursue their chosen career and be worthy citizens of the country. May I now request the technical team to play the national anthem before we begin the event. I would like to request everyone to kindly stand up for the anthem. Thank you. You may be seated. May I now request the technical team to play the video of CWMA. The music cannot be heard, ma'am. Well, that was a short video of CWMA. Thank you. May I now request our technical team to play a patriotic song sung by an active member of our group, Shreyashri Chaudhary, a class 9 student of Marius Public School, Guwahati, who is also the recipient of many awards in singing competitions, even in national level. She is also a TV artist. So here we are feeling the lyrical intensity blended with sublime thoughts in this song of hers.
Oh, Vidisha, what should do?
Namaste. My name is Shreyasri Chaudhary. Happy Independence Day to all. Today I am going to be singing a Hindi Patriotic song. Today I am going to be singing a Hindi Patriotic song. Today I am going to be singing a Hindi Patriotic song.
I'm sorry, but I'm not able to view the video properly, and also the voice can't be heard. I mean, the sound can't be heard.
Today I am going to be singing a Hindi Patriotic song.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please bear with us. So we are going to play the song, this patriotic song soon.
Namaste. My name is Shreyasri Chaudhary. Happy Independence Day to all. Today I am going to be singing a Hindi patriotic song. अपना है दुनिया आज का दुनिया से जाके बोल दो ऐसे जागो रे साथियों दुनिया की आंखें खोल दो लहरा दो लहरा दो सरकशी का परचम लहरा दो गर्दिश में फिर अपनी सरजमीन का परचम लहरा दो लहरा दो सरकशी का परचम लहरा दो गर्दिश में फिर अपनी सरजमीन का परचम लहरा दो ओ हाथ धर के बैठने से क्या भला कुछ होता है जा लकीरों को दिखा क्या जोर बाजू होता है हिम्मती मर्दा अगर हो संग खुदा भी होता है जा जमाने को दिखा दे खुद में दम क्या होता लहरा दो सरकशी का परचम लहरा दो गर्दिश में फिर अपनी सरजमीन का परचम लहरा दो लहरा दो लहरा दो सरकशी का परचम लहरा दो गर्दिश में फिर अपनी सरजमीन का परचम लहरा दो 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 सरकशी का परचम लहरा दो गर्दिश में फिर अपनी सरजमीन का परचम लहरा दो थैंक यू जय हिंद
That was too melodious,
Namaste.
Priyashree.
My name is Shreyashree Chaudhary. Happy Independence Day to all. Today I am going to be singing a Hindi patriotic song.
I think Majubin, you can stop that. Okay, thank you. So her voice is always so melodious. It almost enthralls the listeners, taking us to a world where we can build our own steps to reach progress. Well, our next versatile active performer of the group is Harshita Barua, a class 10 student of Maria's Public School, who was also the first prize winner of our recently organized declamation competition. Her dance performance will surely create the aura of the event. May I request the technical team to play the video?
वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतलाम् श्यामला मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमिता द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम्
Thank you, Harshita. That was indeed captivating. I would now like to request our founder of CWME to kindly deliver her keynote address. May I request Professor Rachna Chakraborty ma'am to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Good evening to one and all present here, especially a big warm welcome to our chief guest. Lieutenant Colonel is already here. So I just don't want to take much time because we are all eagerly waiting to listen to our guest tonight. So just a few lines about Independence Day, the celebration. As we have gathered on the significant day, it is a day where India had gained its freedom from the rule, which was colonial rule, which was earlier, and to make it as a sovereign nation. But right now, do we actually call ourselves independent? After the incident of the Kolkata girl, which had happened recently, I consider it as a heinous crime which has been done. So to celebrate independence after that incident is really very depressing. We call ourselves and we celebrate every Independence Day with that intention. Being a teacher myself, I have been training all the students and making them aware that independence will only become successful when we keep our thoughts independent of all the wretched ideas and completely corrupted feelings, deliberations which we have. If we can do that, that is the real independence which we can achieve. It is not that as we are celebrating the Independence Day, of course, we are reminded of the sacrifices made by our freedom fighters, but their sacrifices will go for a waste if we as Indians cannot take a simple oath that we will respect each other. So we need to respect each other, which is now very important. We do not respect ourselves. We do not respect just our neighbor. So how do we expect others, the foreigners, to respect us? So it is through this tolerance, acceptance, and respect that we can harness the full potential of our nation. So we are celebrating the 78th Independence Day. And it is very important, as we know, that our nation had faced several challenges and it has come out successful. But what do we do right now when the situation is so becoming so tense after the Kolkata girl incident, the doctor's incident? We have come across a slogan which we have been leaving into it, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. So now, do we need to change after the 78th independence? Beti Padhao, lekin Beti Bachao nahi. So what is the real status right now? So let us rededicate ourselves on this Independence Day to the values of freedom, unity, progress, and celebrate the spirit of independence. Take that pride in the diverse culture, the young generation who is there with me and who always listens to me in my live videos. So it's a request to all the younger generation that don't let this celebration just be, just a celebration. Let us take this, imbibe this spirit of independence, take pride in the diverse cultures, and feel proud, as we always feel proud. Always in CWMA, we invite guests who have served the nation, who have really sacrificed their lives for the nation. They have sacrificed their family lives, their other requirements. They have they have been standing for the nation. Now, what do we give them in return? It is we who can just give a promise to them that as they have returned our nations to us, we will be taking care of this nation with our pure thoughts and minds and respecting each other. A husband respecting the wife respecting the husband. We are not supposed to go, we will not be able to go to the boundaries of our country and protect that. For them, we have our nation builders, they are doing that. The freedom fighters, they are doing. What is our responsibility? As students, your responsibility is to respect your brothers and sisters to what they do. If you find they are doing wrong, just give them, just make them understand that it is not right to think in that way. They might go to the wrong track, but it is we who can bring them. So as we reflect what has brought our independence and remembering the achievements of our forefathers who laid the foundation, let us all take an oath on this 78th Independence Day that we will clear our minds from all the, you can say, the black thoughts, the dark thoughts, which come to us in a period of time. So we just have to be as a small, you can say, a citizen of our country and just respect the every single individual of our country. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Truly said, ma'am. Thank you for that wonderful deliberation. We should indeed express solidarity with this incident and do hope that our younger generation will be committed to build a more stronger nation where we can all stay united, change our mindset, and maintain the ethical values. Well, we move on. We are honored to have our chief guest, Lieutenant Commander Vijay Nair, whose versatility in different fields makes him an inspirational, towering personality. Words fail to justify his rich profile, but I would like to introduce our distinguished guest. Well, Lieutenant Commander Vijay Nair retired as a commissioned naval officer from Naval Academy, serving 10 years with many medals and accolades. You know, students, he has been a part of Operation Talwar in 1999, famous, and it's known as Operation Vijay or Kargil War. And he has been decorated with Vijay Medal along with various other ribbons and medals. So, isn't it incredible? Further to add that in 2006, he was awarded the prestigious Chief of Naval Staff Commendation. Besides his career, he has established his mark as a marathon runner, covering a distance of 89 kilometers in South Africa, to mention one instance. He is an engineer, PG in marine specialization and weapon controls from the Navy, an MBA, and currently an associate president for the National Ship Classification Society. He is a blogger and a writer with his bestseller, They Inspire. He won the Best Author Award in Humor at India Authors Award in 2021 for the book Bhag. And you know, he is a 6-time TEDx speaker and a Fit India ambassador appointed by Ministry of Youth and Sports. His inspirational works in various domains will surely encourage the young generation to take him as a role model. I welcome you, sir, to this literary platform, and your dignified presence has already added an aura of patriotic fervor. May I request you to kindly enrich us with your valuable speech. I hand over the virtual mic to you, sir.
Yeah, so, a warm good evening to everyone. Jai Hind to all of you. Yeah, so that's how, as a 4G, we speak, so Jai Hind becomes everything for us. So, Jai Hind to all of you. And, my thanks to Rachna ma'am and Monjoy ma'am for inviting and introducing. So, on this occasion, 78th Independence Day, independence, the word itself comes from why an independence. First of all, if we ask that question to us, imagine someone who was living in 1946, someone who was in his or her full sense in 1946 and pre-era. They understand the word independence. It was not easy because everything has to be granted, and it's so difficult. Imagine a situation where all of you are young kids now, and then for you to go for a movie, you have to ask for parents. If you have to go to movie at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the evening, you have to ask your parents, you have to request them, and God forbid they say no. And the feeling what you get inside, you, that is what, on a very, very large scale, the entire country went through to almost 200 years. Almost 200 years, that means maybe 3 generations didn't see freedom. 3 generations. So the word freedom, word independence carry a huge weightage rather, because we may not appreciate it. Only those who have went through, the families who have went through partition, so many things which followed the independence. Once upon a time, we were a very rich nation, जिसको सोने की चिड़िया बोलते थे, and that was our heritage. Even today, had Britishers not taken our money or had other invaders not taken our money, probably there would not have been any dearth of money in our country. There would not have been the so many things, a huge divide which we are facing. Probably we would not have that. So many things we lost because we underwent slavery or somebody ruled us. Now, talking about post-independence, 1947 till whatever we are today, 78 years. Yes, we have, progressed as a country. We are moving from a developing country to a developed country. That transition is happening. Everyone is preaching India story. Maybe the next 30 years is ours because, everyone is looking at brand India. Saying all that, but whatever happened in Kolkata a couple of days back, this is not done, absolutely not done. If that happens, then the question comes, where are we moving? Where are we moving? And it was pretty sad and unfortunate. Such thing happened. One, it should not have happened. Second thing, the entire propaganda from the protectors, I would say from the protectors. And my question was, why somebody is protecting that someone? 1,000 mob coming, 1,000 people coming and attacking that hospital in order to, take away the evidences. Now, this is sad. This is real sad. And imagine someone, the soul of our freedom fighters, like Sardar Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, and so many, Sukhdev ji, and so many people, Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Bose, they would be crying somewhere today, looking at all this, what is happening here. It is absolutely pathetic because, the problem with us as a citizen, we as a nation, see, nation, you cannot blame nation. It is the citizens who make nation. Right from our political will to the people who are at various dignified and accountable positions, responsible position. The saddest part is, today being Independence Day, many would have taken 1 day leave and they would have, went for vacation. When the elections happen, people don't vote. And the mechanism of government is such, they will club an election on a long weekend, so that people avail that thing and they don't vote. So who's responsible at the end of the day? So we are the people who are responsible. So the slavery didn't end by the British themselves handing over things to us. We were the people who protested. We were the people who came on road, and many sacrifice, So it's not easy. It's not easy. Many will sacrifice themselves for this cause. And that is why we enjoy the freedom today. When you read about freedom fighters, unknown freedom fighters, known freedom fighters are fine, but there are so many unknown freedom fighters. Their only aim was freedom. Their only aim was to come out of this anarchy, come out of this slavery. And why I relate those time with today is that today, whatever situation is happening, unfortunate situation is happening, we as a citizen should come forward. I remember the Nirbhaya case which happened few years back, 10 or 8. There were a whole lot of hue and cry. The saddest part about our country, I'm very sad to speak on an Independence Day, but fact is fact. The saddest part is that an incident happened. Everyone come out on protest on social media, candlelight march and falana dikana. This will go on for 4, 5, 6, 7 days. And then something big will happen, and India will win World Cup or someone will win Miss World. And the entire focus will be shifted right from people to media. And it will die down an eventual death. And then another 10 years, same thing happens, And between that 10 years, there are so many things happening. It's pretty unfortunate, So whatever is happening at Calcutta, I think Army, Navy, Air Force should be sent to that place, and every bugger should be, caught from their house. All those 1,000 people, the mob who came, I'm so surprised that a mob of 1,000 comes and ransacks that hospital. I mean, it's utter shame and chaos, right? We should, that is the day, and it will soon happen, if things are going to be this, maybe the Army, Navy, Air Force will take charge of everything. And then when we take charge our way, you know. So that is the saddest part of, uh, you know, closer to an Independence Day, which I never would have spoken otherwise on an Independence Day Eve. But fact is fact, all you young girls, I am a father to a teenager, 18-year-old. So when men of this country have to speak that way to the women of this country, ki you be safe, that's the utter shame for everyone, for everyone. As an independent nation, everyone is equal. Why someone has to say that women should not come out after 9 o'clock, or be safe, or you wear a certain type of dress, and you should not be this? And trust me, all those people, all those youngsters, all those influencers, or anybody who's now taking that stand and stride that ye nahi hona chahiye tha, nahi hona chahiye tha. Many of them would be the same people who would be in their own WhatsApp group, they would be passing around the photos of women and other thing, it's so easy to come out as a face and say so many things. One place and other place you are treating women as a different entity, right? And this happens. And unfortunately, men are the biggest bastards, Men are the biggest bastards. So I'm a man. I'm telling you openly and frankly that. So if every one of us come forward, if every one of us align, that would be the day. But unfortunately, we are a population of 144 crore. Every mind is different. Every mind is corrupted. Every mind is, have its own network, neural network. So what people undergo, so it would be a very, very difficult task. But somebody will have to take that step someday. Saying that India is again, I would harp upon, we are blessed to be in this country. It's a beautiful country in length and breadth. People are good. Our Army, Navy, Air Force are one of the best in the world. We have so many young soldiers who will never have a second thought in giving life for the nation. They will kill for the nation. They will die for the nation. And that is what we saw in the entire, uh, post pre 1947 was struggle for freedom. Post 1947 was defending the country against Pakistan. In 1948, 62 against China, 65 against Pakistan, 71 against Pakistan, 84 against Pakistan, 99 against Pakistan. And I was privileged to be part of Kargil War in 1999 as a Navy officer from part of Operation Talwar, So nobody wants war, War takes you 20 years back. As a soldier, we don't boast about going for a war. It's pain because we know the aftermath of that. But as a soldier, that's the irony. As a soldier, we prepare for war. So I said one single line here: as a soldier, we hate war. As a soldier, we prepare for war. That is the biggest irony. As a writer, as an author, you can relate so many things here. Between these two lines, I can write a book here. That is the biggest irony. So we live through it day in and day out. And then when anything comes to nation, anything comes, from an external agency or from someone who tried to invade us, we are the people who will be the first line of resistance to them. And trust me, that resistance is so strong, it will never come inside. Now, the problem with our country is external enemy, we are facing it. We are hitting Pakistan or anybody. We are killing terrorists in that process. Many of us sacrifice also. The problem is with the internal enemy. The problem is with the internal enemy. What happened in Calcutta is a problem of internal enemy. And these people are more like termites, They may be in the garb of politicians. They may be in the garb of, the administrative people. They may be in the garb of anybody. And these termites are very, 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 very difficult. Very, very difficult to this thing. And when termites, when they spread, the entire thing, they create a vacuum. धीरे 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 ना टर्माइट होता है तो पूरा खोद के खुंदक पूरा ये करके यू विल बिकम खोखला, देश खोखला हो जाता है. And we need to arrest, we need to terminate these termites. If that doesn't happen, so we will be in a very serious situation. So all you youngsters who are here today, you have a huge responsibility, because another 30 years, India shining, and India is going to be at one of, we will be in a developed phase, and you will be the people who will be making that change. Okay. The biggest threat for us is the Western countries. Whatever is happening in India today, whatever you are seeing in Bangladesh, whatever you saw in Sri Lanka, whatever you saw in Maldives, whatever you saw in Afghanistan, whatever you saw in Balochistan, whatever Pakistan is going internally, these are all instruments created by Western world, and they are targeting India very badly, in terms of religion, in terms of culture, in terms of, so many divides they are trying to happen. And the easiest path for them is the social media. Social media, they corrupt your mind, And that is what, today I was reading an article where America had something called a program called Toolkit India, where they want to divide India in another 50 years. So that is the danger which we are facing. So your growing up will be amazing. At the same time, very, very challenging, because, you have to face all through this. Probably for us, like I'm 50 years, close to 50 years now, maybe another 20 years, 22 years for me to be in this beautiful world. But you are the people who will be there for much longer time, right? So you have the onus of keeping the integrity, keeping the flag of our nation high, always high. So wishing you all the best to, all the youngsters here who have taken time out on a Saturday, on a 15th August evening, and to your mentors and people who are responsible to arrange this session, Rashna ma'am and Monjoy ma'am, thank you for that. And to the beautiful girl who sang the song, she was so awesome, and the beautiful girl who danced, both of them, wishing you a great future. And trust me, I would say only one word. If someone tries to, act funny to you, molest you, or catcall you, stand, retaliate, if required, kill them. Simple. As a Fauji, there is no other word to tell. This is the same thing I tell my daughter, and the same thing I'll tell every daughters of this country. So Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, sir. Thank you once again. Your frankness in talking about termites who are needed to be eliminated for a better nation is indeed commendable. Your exceptional oratory skills made us all keen listeners, and we would again like to listen to you, sir. Truly, as you said, there will be a hue and cry for some days because of this incident, this heinous crime, and then it will be misdirected and the culprits will escape. But it's always a privilege to listen to
Ma'am,
other personals who protect our country despite various obstacles. Well, sir, I would like to put forward a query. How can we imbibe the ideals of valor, generosity, and equality in these young minds?
Yeah, so a very valid question here, ma'am. So, so my advice to all the youngsters is, because, so every generation has got challenges. If someone say today's youngsters are privileged, unke mata pita ke paas paisa hai, they can afford anything, I would say it's a very wrong statement. This is the statement I hear many places. Every generation has its own challenges. We had our own challenges when we were growing up. Probably the non-availability of information and so many other things. The generation of today have this problem of overload of information, so the problems only get shifted here and there. So they also go equally through so many things, what they. So my only thought One simple thing, remember, young boys and girls who are here, keep nation above everything. And if you do that, entire value chain will fall in place. That is the ultimate aim for us. People will come, people will try to corrupt your mind, people will, seed so many things. It's so easy to divide us, in terms of religion, in terms of caste, in terms of society, in terms of so many other things. But be thoughtful, and you are a generation where so many things, information and news are available left, right, and center. What to believe, what not to believe. Be sane, be consultative, and if you don't understand certain things, consult people who understand things, and take a wise and informed decision, and then only you will be a great contributor to this great beautiful nation. And trust me, there is no other nation better than our country, because I've stayed in 21 countries, and that is what, with conviction and full faith, I can say Jai Hind.
Yes, sir, truly said. It's very easy to divide us, but once we can judge and stand up for our own rights, then it's never possible. We can stand united and do the best for our nation. Thank you once again, sir, for your enriching words. Well, we really feel that freedom is the state of mind. As Rabindranath Tagore said, when the mind is without fear and the head is held high. So, students, do remember freedom lies in being bold, but only to bring a positive change. It is said the anchor in our world today is freedom, holding us steady in times of change, a symbol of hope to the world. Well, now I would like to request our technical team to play a poem recitation video of an acclaimed storyteller in the national level, Akshara Saikya, a student of class 8. She has been associated with our earlier CWMA events too. So,
Ma'am, I would take a request here. I may have to leave. So, wishing you all the best. And one of the student asked me a question. It would be justified for me to answer that. Sir, I had a question. I think, is it ethical to give death penalty to this criminal termites? Do you think so? Yes, 500%. There should not be a life sentence. If someone is proved that he's done this, he should be headshot immediately. That is how the message will grow. Then will come so many people in name and term of human rights and justice. That is the unfortunate part of this country, where everyone wants to even protect a criminal. When someone rapes a woman, that time, and the way this incident happened, right? Do you ever think that a human right or someone should stand for that person? No, it should be one headshot and killed. Simple. So that is when the country will change. Otherwise, you keep on sending life sentence for 7 years, 14 years, and they will come out and they'll be doing same thing again. Right? And this will encourage so many other people, right? Because someone who doesn't have anything, they don't earn money. Jail is the best place for them. 2-time food, 2-time thing, and then there is a life sentence, 14 years. They have a roof over their head. Everything is done. You are a uh, you know, paid visitor there for 14 years, and they come out and they do everything.
Very true, very true. I know.
Tortured to death, yes, whatever. His soul should steer when that happens. That person. उसकी रूह भी इतनी कांपनी चाहिए कि अगला जन्म ना ले करके. So, अगर वो कारभार दे दे तो मैं तो तड़पा तड़पा के मारूंगा, है ना? So, okay. So thank you so much, Debangshi, for that question.
I feel others should also learn that if we do such a crime, we will be punished like this.
Exactly.
So that way, the punishment should be so intense that everyone is frightened. After the Nirbhaya case, it was silent. But again, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's really very bad, and I really can't understand. I was really quiet for this Independence Day too. The celebration, should it be done after this heinous?
So my thought on that, see, I know that it is a very, all of us are, having with heavy heart. My only thing is that independence we have got for a reason. There are so many sacrifices which happened. So
True.
nothing should stop us celebrating independence because we are celebrating so many years of this thing. At the same time, we should have a thought process. We should ask question on why this is good. If you
Why?
don't ask question and if you fall in that vicious circle of protest, candlelight, and then
There
conveniently
is no
forgetting
point.
everything, and there is
Yes.
if India wins a gold medal or a silver medal, everyone will be basking in that glory and everything will be forgotten. So simple.
Yes. True. The
Calcutta needs to stand up this time as a thing, and nation needs to stand up with Calcutta, the protesters and the people. So
true.
yeah,
Very
thank you
true.
so much. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
sir.
to all. Jai Hind. Yeah, bye.
Jai Hind. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, sir. And we would always like to have you in our further events.
Sure,
And
sure.
I think our students, they are really motivated by your words, by your encouraging words. And the thing you said that they should be tortured and they should also feel the pain that they had done to someone else because these culprits are soon going to escape. And our law, our judiciary is such. So we need persons
You won't
like
be
you.
surprised 10 years later, they will be Chief Minister of West Bengal also. So
Yes.
don't be
Yes,
surprised.
sir. Truly.
Okay, ma'am. Bye bye. Take care. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Well, now I would like to request our technical team to play the recitation video of Akshara Saikya.
A very happy Independence Day to all present. I'm Akshara Saikya, and today I'd like to share a poem that reflects the strength of those who fought for India's freedom. The struggle for freedom. Once there was a country full of words complimentary. It was also called Sone Ki Chiriya. It's one and only India. India was famous for diamonds, and they didn't even need any demand. They were becoming the superpower soon. But then, there came the gloom. Gloomy was rule of Britishers, which became for India a punish. The British rule grew and grew. Then unruled states were left very few. Then many freedom fighters came, which forced Britishers to stop their game. This made India united, and this unity and diversity spreaded. At last, in the year of 1947, India was independent. India was stronger because there was no dominance any longer. But it also means struggle for soldiers who died to give us self-rule. India was down the superpower, where stood the Unity Tower. Thank you. A very happy Independence.
Okay, that was Akshara Saikya. Thank you, Akshara. Well, we would like to proceed now with our other events. And I would now like to request the Youth Activities Director, Majibin Chaudhary, to kindly proceed with the other activities. So I hand over the virtual mic to Majibin Chaudhary.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, a very happy Independence Day to everyone present here. And we had our sir, Lieutenant Sir, who actually gave us a very motivational speech. And after listening to him, I was moved completely. And besides handling the technical stuffs, I couldn't resist myself from switching on the video and responding to his beautiful speech. Everything he said was so beautiful. And even the speech which I have prepared today at some points there which Sir highlighted, and I'm so thankful for Sir to highlight those points which we really need to know. Sir explained about what is independence actually. Independence is not simply getting freed from the British people. Independence has a very deeper meaning, which I'm going to add in. So now, proceeding to our further events, I would like to deliver a speech which I have prepared for 78th Independence Day. And as the youth director, I would like to present here my speech. So here, I'm starting with the speech for the 78th Independence Day. On this joyous occasion of Independence Day, we gather here to celebrate the birth of our nation. It is a day that reminds us of the sacrifices made by our forefathers and the price they paid to secure our freedom. As we raise our voices in joy and pride, let us also remember the responsibilities that came with being an independent nation. It is our duty to uphold the values of liberty, equality, and justice for all. Let us rededicate ourselves to building a future where every citizen can flourish. The 78th Independence Day is an opportunity to honor our nation's journey and express our gratitude for the independence we enjoy. It is a reflect on the values and principles that define our society and the strengths that flows from our diversity. Every citizen of this country has a stake in its progress and must work together to make it a thriving and prosperous nation. While we celebrate our freedom, it is also essential to acknowledge the challenges that we face as a nation. Economic growth, social equity, and environmental sustainability are some of the pressing issues that demand our attention. It is imperative that we address these challenges with determination and unity. Only by working together can we overcome these obstacles and create a better future for all our citizens. Today, we have a gathering of the future of India. So it is very important for all of us to know certain things about our rights and responsibilities. My friend Sukanya will be explaining you regarding some of the facts, some of the rights about which you're not aware of. But today, you will learn a lot. So wait. I would like to highlight the quote by Aristotle. Injustice arises when equals are treated unequally and when unequals are treated equally. Let me say this is really one of my favorite quotations, which people normally do not talk of. We tend to actually misuse the term equality. We use this in sense which is not at all valid in certain topics where actually unequals should not be treated equally. That's a vast topic. Let me come to the next point. One must know when to apply which law and which right. Just because one person has the right to speak, for instance, does not mean that he can speak whatever he wants to. As an educated person, it is a responsibility of everyone to take care of their rights and use them in the most proper way. I would again like to mention a quotation by Mahatma Gandhi. In the current scenario, it is very, very important. Important for all the states of India to please listen to this quotation. Mahatma Gandhi quoted, "Civil disobedience becomes a sacred duty when the state becomes lawless or corrupt." Situation which is arising in West Bengal right now, or we can see in almost every state today, even though we are celebrating Independence Day, but it is a matter of shame, a disappointment for our whole country to witness such a situation. Doctors are also saviors, just like armies. Not just doctors, it's about women and their safety. If in a country, women are not safe, how can we say that we have independence? They also protect us. It is said how the voices of the people are being suppressed there. This is the time when one should speak up for their rights, for their use of rights. And remember, every day will be an Independence Day if you can free someone's mind from narrowness and base level mentality. It is, as educated people, our responsibility to make people aware and develop their mindset. With this, I'm winding up. Wish everyone a very happy 78th Independence Day. But remember, not only from British, we also need to free ourselves from the bondage of low mentality, narrowness. What we are seeing in West Bengal today can happen anywhere. So wake up, free yourself from narrowness, free yourself from base level mentality. I'm winding up with my speech. Now we are going to proceed with another presentation, and I would like to present a video of our student, one of our student, Devina. She has also prepared a very beautiful video, and I would like to present that.
We'll soon be playing the video. Kindly bear with us.
As we celebrate the 78th Independence Day of our beloved today, as we celebrate the 78th Independence Day of our beloved nation, we remember the heroic sacrifices of our freedom fighters, whose brave souls who fought relentlessly to secure our freedom from colonial rule. The voices of the countless and other unsung heroes dedicated their lives so that we could live in a free, independent India. Their sacrifices remind us of the prices of our freedom and the responsibility we bear to protect and nurture it. We face new challenges, economic disparities, environmental issues, and global uncertainties. But with the spirit of unity and resilience that has defined us, we can overcome these obstacles. To the youth of India, the torches of freedom now passes to you. Carry forward the legacy of our freedom fighters with pride and dedication. Your effort will shape the India of tomorrow. As we hoist our tricolor today, let it remind us of our rich history, the struggles endured, and the bright future ahead. Let's pledge. Let's pledge to uphold the ideals of our freedom fighters and work towards a prosperous, just, and inclusive India. Jai Hind. Today, as we celebrate the
That was Devina, and she has presented this to us, and it was really wonderful. Now we have some of the videos or clippings by some of our students, I think, who are present with us, and they have shared some beautiful songs and poem recitations with us, which I would like to share here. They have put so much effort and they have presented in front of us today as 78th Quest for 78th Independence Day.
নমস্কাৰ, মোৰ নাম শ্ৰী নিবিড় কাশ্যপ। মই পঞ্চম শ্ৰেণীৰ ছাত্ৰ হয়। মই এটা কবিতা আবৃত্তি কৰিব ওলাইছোঁ। কবিতাটিত ভুল ভ্ৰান্তি হ'লে ক্ষমা কৰিব। মোৰ কবিতাটিৰ নাম আগতে নিজে নিকাহ। কবিতাটিৰ কবি অম্বিকা গিৰি ৰায়চৌধুৰী। আনক কোৱাৰ আখিনিতে ভাই নিজে নিকাহ, নিজৰ হিয়াৰ মনৰ মলি ধুই বহালি ল। আনক কোৱাৰ আখিনিতে নিজে সঁচা ক, নিজ সত্যত নিজৰ ৰূপত দৃঢ়তাৰে ৰ। তেহে হ'ব হোৱা লোৱা কোৱা ৰোৱা ঠিক, জীৱন ভৰাই জমা হ'ব ধন সোণ আত্মিক। ধন্যবাদ। নমস্কাৰ, মোৰ নাম
So that was Nibir Kashyap, who is from Little Flowers School, Nalbari. He's a student of class 5, and it is so beautiful to see that he has put so much effort to recite a poem, and he's yet to learn a lot of things, but it was really nice. Now we have another video. It is a song, so I would like to play that.
है वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, है वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू। मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ में याद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ में याद रहे तू। है वतन मेरे वतन, है वतन मेरे वतन। तू ही मेरी मंजिल है, पहचान तुझी से, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है, पहचान तुझी से। पहुँचूं मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तू, पहुँचूं मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तू। है वतन मेरे वतन, है वतन मेरे वतन। तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दूँ, तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दूँ। कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रहे तू, कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रहे तू। है वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ में याद रहे तू। है वतन मेरे वतन।
So that was Priyashri Kashyap. She's also a student of Little Flower School, Nalbari. She's also a student of class 5. Now, I would like to show some of the paintings made by some of the students. They have put so much effort and made those paintings especially for Independence Day. He's also a student of Little Flower School. His name is Nibil. This is Hriday Ranjan Deva Goswami. He's a student of class 6 and he's also from Little Flower School, Nalbari. So those were some of the activities by the students of Little Flower School, and it was really nice that how they participated. And now I would like to hand over the virtual mic to Sukanya. She will be guiding forward and she's coming up with some interactive sessions with you all. And today you will learn a lot of facts about which you were unaware of. So stay there and you are going to get surprised. Sukanya, I hand over the virtual mic to you. Please continue.
Thank you so much, Mahajibeen. And before I begin with anything, at first I'd like to thank each and every single participant here who has put so much efforts in for performing something, to make art, to sing a song, or to recite a poem. It's so good to see everyone have so much spirit for Independence Day. So let's please all of us have a round of applause for all those participants who have put in so much efforts. So, a little introduction about myself. I'm the youth club facilitator of Sukanya Sharma, and I'm also a third-year law student studying here in Bhubaneswar. So I thought about giving a speech, but then I thought a monotonous speech should take me nowhere with so much things that I have to say. So at first, I would like to ask each and every single one of you, and you can raise your hands to answer the question, and I'll let you speak one after another. So what does this Independence Day, what does independence mean to you? You can raise your hands. And there is no right or wrong answer, so please feel free to speak. Yes, Devangshi?
I independent have the freedom to without it, without
Devangshi, I think there is some issue with your mic, with the internet, sorry.
Hello?
Yes, you're audible now.
Just wait a second.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, for me, I suppose independence would mean to roam freely on the streets without the fear of being attacked, just like that was there. Have the fear of some outside organization, still some of the country. So maybe independence for me would mean to be like freedom. Freedom.
So the freedom of being able to walk or go anywhere you want to without having the fear of being attacked. That's an excellent answer, actually. But I would encourage more of you guys, more of the other people to also interact and also put forth your views on what independence is to you. It could be as simple as being able to have your favorite snack without being chastised. Okay. So with that, with Devanshi's answer, I would take that as a no from the crowd. With Devanshi's answer, I would like to begin my session. So the day of independence, why did we as Indians rebel so hard against the British people? If they were the ones governing us, we should have been happy, right? They had a empire so big. They had so many resources. They bought in railways, they bought in different development, they introduced us to petroleum. We have our first refinery in Digboy, and it's little awkward to say this, but all thanks to the British. So what was the need to actually rebel against them? What is the need to just ask British to get out of India? And that was because we as Indians wanted to govern ourselves, because the British were outsiders. They did not know us as well as we knew us. At the same time, they were exploiting us. They were making our people into slaves, even though they discovered petroleum and Digboy. the people slaving away at the bare minimum wage and under like conditions that were so inhuman were our countrymen, and they were sitting there taking the advantage of Indian slaves, sitting there like royalties in our own land, in our own country. So we were made the slaves in our country, and that is why we had to finally say, no, British, you'll have to get out of here. So the concept of self-governance came and we got independence. There were various factors that I won't go into today, but finally the British were tired of exploiting the Indians. Thanks to our freedom fighters, thanks to the World War, thanks to us being sucked so dry that India finally did not have enough resources and actually became a liability. Anyway, after gaining independence, our freedom fighters, they decided to constitute a constitution, a document where they would give Indians so many rights, all the privileges that we were denied for hundreds of years. And that constitution today gives us all our rights, all our duties, and all our privileges that we get today, sitting here, having an internet connection, having an electricity bill, electricity connection, being able to go to college, being able to go to our schools, all this thanks to our constitution. We owe it to our freedom fighters. So that will obviously make you wonder that what makes us different? What is the constitution giving us so much power that we can actually do as we want? I can go out in the street right now, even though yes, it won't be safe. It won't be very safe. I can go out right now. You can go out right now. You can say anything you want. I right now can speak anything you want, anytime I want, and you can do so as well. So this constitution gives us the right, the privilege to speak as we want, to move as we want, to have access to clean drinking water, food, fodder, clean environment, even something as trivial as right to sleep. Yes, that is a right. You have the right to sleep. So it's not basically letting your mother let you sleep until 12 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday, but it is obviously your right to sleep at night without being disturbed. And if someone in an organization, be it a person, be it anyone, if someone disturbs your right to sleep, you can actually approach the court for it and ask for a remedy. So such peculiar are our privileges, such important are our privileges. So what are these rights actually? And if the country is giving us so many rights, do we just get them all for free, or do we need to do something from our end as well? That is the question, because we always talk about this is my right. We always talk about this is my entitlement as an Indian. But do we ever think what is my duty as an Indian? The Constitution says that, of course, Indians will be given all these rights, all these fundamental rights that they will be given without any conditions. But at the same time, the Indians were also advised to follow their corresponding duties, which corresponds to their fundamental rights. For example, I think not an example, the best way to define this is the saying that my right to swing my arms end where the other person's nose begins. So my right I can enjoy, but I cannot infringe on someone else's right. I can enjoy my right in my own space, but the moment me enjoying my rights disturbs someone else, that's where my right ends, and that's where I start committing an offense according to the Indian Constitution. So you must have heard about rights yourself, of course. So could the audience give me a few examples of the rights you have heard yourself or you know that you possess? You could please raise your hands.
Right to freedom of
Devanshi.
right.
Devanshi, you have some network issues, I guess. You can fix that. We have Swarnali. Swarnali, can you tell us something? Some of the rights you are aware of?
Rights are like when we have to respect everyone, and then Also, we have to study for making our parents proud. We have to respect people because obviously people are not going to respect us without we respect people. And that's all.
Thank you, Sonali. And Devanshi, please feel free to give your response in the chat. I'll surely take a look into it. So what Swarnali just mentioned is a perfect example of our duties as an Indians. So even though I have the right to have a dignified life, I also have the duty to respect the other person, to respect other people. Otherwise, me having the right to having leading a dignified life has no meaning, because today I'll live my life and tomorrow I'll infringe the right of someone who is uh, maybe less powerful than me, and that is how oppression continues. That is how the British actually oppressed us. So Swarnali says we have the right to freedom of speech, right to education, the right to live, and the right to travel freely anywhere. And that is completely true. We have the right to education, which is from the age, I guess, 6 to 14 years. So every child from the age 6 to 14 has the right to education, which the government, being the welfare state, provides in our government schools, even though the reality often is not very pleasant. We have the right to freedom of speech with reasonable restrictions, so I can speak as I want unless I'm speaking something that is harming my country. I'm speaking someone that is harming someone else's reputation. So with this certain limited reservations, I can and I have the right to speech and the right to live, of course, and which is one of the biggest and the huge, it has a huge scope. So the right to live. So I have the right to live, okay, but then if I'm not getting access to, for example, clean water, then how will I live? So right to clean water comes under the right to life. If I don't have a roof above my head, so that also comes with the right to life, even though we have hundreds of people. The sad reality being India is not yet fully developed and we have a lot of people who are homeless, and that is the sad reality. But yet, yes, we have the right to live. There are government homes, there are government recreational facilities which take in these underprivileged people. There are schemes for the same, even though not properly implemented. So then comes the most sincere students. I really want to touch into the right to education. So how many of you already know that you have the right to education until the age of 14 years? You can raise your hand. No one knows we have the right to education? Swarnali, yes. No one else? We had Devangshi replying, so we just have 2 people. Come on, guys, step up. Step up and exercise your right to speech. We don't care if you're right or wrong. We just care if you interact.
Can you repeat the question again? I lost the connection actually.
Sure. I asked that how many of you actually know that you have the right to education?
Oh, I knew about it since class 6.
You knew?
Yeah, since class 6.
That's great. That's excellent. So we
But
have 2
I have a
people who know.
query.
Yeah.
According to the law, it says that the right to education is from the 6 to 14 years of age, right? Don't you think
Yes.
it should be increased? Don't you think it should be from around 6 to 18 years?
I
think that
personally
should be.
think, yes, of course, I personally think it should be increased. But being a welfare state, if you have noticed our recent tax regime, we are paying very hefty amount of taxes these days, which is heavy on our pockets. But at the same time, it is to address the issue that you mentioned. Being a welfare state, we do not have enough facilities actually to include so many people, because India is being a developing country, we have a lot of youth. We have a lot of people under the age of 18, under the age of 25. So trying to keep all these people education, the government will run out of money. So for now, the government has said that, okay, we'll try and give you up to 14 years of age, at which they are actually failing, miserably failing, but I hope for a better situation in the future. So once that goal gets realized, the government will increase the age to 18. But then we have a lot of government scholarships going on, because even though we do not have like free education until the age of 18, we have community colleges which have very low fees. We have scholarships. We have a lot of even like ministerial funds which are used for students, used for underprivileged students. So that's another thing. So coming to the right of education, it's a very peculiar right, as you mentioned, considering like people above, what will people above the age of 14 do? So with time, hopefully government increases the age. Now we'll come to the aspect of like, see, we have all these rights. We also have the right to exercise our religion, by the way. So I can practice my religion, you can practice yours, and it does not need to be a majority religion, because we have been like very accustomed to the notion that there are only like people who follow Hinduism, people who are following Islam, people who are Jains, Buddhists, but there are far more many religions. And today, if I decide to convert on my own and start practicing a very lesser known religion, the government will never stop me, and no one can stop me, because I'm a person of age 18 and I have my own autonomy. And this freedom actually is very unique to India, because a lot of the countries do not have it. Us as a secular state, the government cannot and would not endorse one particular religion, and at the same time, the government cannot stop you from practicing your religion in any way, shape, or form. But with the current situation, what us Indians have come to, and I'm speaking to you guys specifically, as you, the students specifically, because you are the upcoming youth of the nation, and you should know these things. That we have been so much this termite of religious violence, this termite of religious divide, cultural divide, has eaten India from its very being. It has eaten India's soul. We were supposed to be the most diverse country which is united. Even today, we see USA being a so developed country. We see USA as a superpower, but do you know the reality of USA? It endorses Christianity, and even some of its very, I would say, very narrow-minded laws, very inhuman laws, have been applied in USA just because of the reason that they endorse Christianity. So us Indians are free from these kind of religious regimes just because we have given up to people the freedom to practice anything. At the same time, we have warned our state that you cannot make any decision giving the justification that, okay, this is our religion and our religion says this, and okay, we will do this. So us Indians, instead of being divided at the fact that we are having a lot of religions together and we are not engrossed by the state, why don't we actually bring our focus to major issues like whatever happened in Calcutta, whatever happened in RG Kar, whatever is still happening? A mob, thousands of people just moves in, destroys the evidence, tampers with it, and we are all still divided. If you are in social media, or if you even listen to people discussing, there are still people discussing religion in this, bringing religion into this. And RG Kar is not an isolated incident. Fundamental right violations are people's right being violated. This has happened time and again with doctors, with women, with so many people. And us people remain divided by religion, failing to see the real problem, the anti-social elements, the goons, the hooligans stay in each and every religion, and terrorism, being a hooligan, being a goon, has no religion at all. It has to do with your own integrity. And us Indians, it's very high time we realize that. It's very high time you as students realize that, because every step into the society, there will be people telling you that, okay, this religion is bad. Everyone tries to justify their own. So someone will say, my religion is good, the other is bad. Someone will say, no, we are good, the other is bad. It's a blame game, and within that, who is getting all the privileges? Who is getting away with the crimes? The mafias, the goons. So is that how we want a country to be? Because if we let this be, we will become the next Afghanistan. We will become the next Bangladesh with no government, with a regime, with a military regime, with no rights. Because remember, once the government is gone, you have no fundamental rights, no nothing. So it's about time we the people who make the government, unite and decide for a better country. So coming back to the point, at the same time, having all these rights to life, freedom.
Excuse me.
Yes, Devanshi.
You just said that if the military takes over, that we will not have any fundamental right left. But it's my personal belief that okay, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to force it upon anybody.
Please
Just
go
saying
on.
that it's my personal belief. I said I think that India should actually come under dictatorship, because if you look at the past cases, that is the Pune Porsche case, there also that 18 or 17-year-old guy who came and crashed his car into this that biker guy and the girl, right? They died on the spot, and he was not given an appropriate punishment. He was just asked to help the traffic policeman for some 15 or 14 hours, and he was asked to write some 13 pages or 12 pages long essay. This is not done, and also our laws aren't strict enough to give the criminals the appropriate punishment, because unless and until those people are punished, then people won't learn from them, right? They will not see them as an example. People just think that, okay, if I commit this crime, then it's fine because I will let up after 7 to 8 years. But once they come out of the jail, they will again repeat their same heinous actions. So this is my personal belief that India should come under the military dictatorship or a dictatorship. Then maybe, someone with a right mind who can impose this proper rules on the country, because now our government, I don't know what they're doing, because when the Manipur violence was going on, the entire country was doing Ram Mandir, Ram Mandir. I mean, you do Ram Mandir, but first you take a look at Manipur also. No, so many people were killed. So many from both the tribes, the Metis and the Kukis, both were killed. Isn't this also human rights violation? They just disregarded the whole thing and they were focused on Ram Mandir. I mean, this is not done, right? So I personally believe that that India should be under a dictatorship, but the correct sort of dictatorship, not the Hitler type. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Devanshi. So you have stated your opinion, and that you have actually stated some very crucial factors, which brings me to my next point. You have mentioned something called like someone with the right mind, right? So throughout the ages, actually, we have a saying, since most of you guys are Assamese here, I'll like mention it in Assamese. We have a saying, June Lonka Jai, here Abon Hoy. So if you give someone arbitrary power, the power to do anything and everything, they will do anything and everything. So there is no person actually with the right mind, unfortunately. And there is no way to know actually that who is having a right mind. I can think today, okay, I have the right mind, but tomorrow I might get a selfish interest and I might run after it. If all the people of India today give me the power to do anything and everything, and tomorrow I have a selfish interest to fulfill, won't I fulfill it just because I have the power? We can see people in power misusing it. Why do you think it is? Because they know no one can move them from their chair. The government, after 5 years of ruling, during the voting period starts, comes to our courtyard and asks for vote. Literally begs for vote. Why? Because now they know their chair is, not permanent. But once you vote for them and they win, what happens? They are not seen. Now the Kolkata case, no politician has released their statements. So the problem with dictatorship or military regime is that we do see the Indian military as something very respectable, something very pious. But when these things come into play, when power, money comes into play, it corrupts every single person. And through time and history, it has been the testament. Even like people who just leave. For example, President Abdul Kalam Azad, he rarely took any benefits being the president. So these kinds of people are very rare. At the same time, you never know when someone's own, of course, you've stated your personal opinion, but you never know when someone's own conscience changes. So that is the problem with military rule or dictatorship. As you can see, North Korea right now, more human rights violations happen when we are under military rule or even presidential rule, actually. Even Assam was under presidential rule at one point of time. And so many human rights violations happened. When emergency was declared in India, it was under presidential rule. The military had more power. And you know what? People left, right, and center has suffered. That decision of Indira Gandhi had traumatized generations of people, and I can see the result even now in my parents and grandparents. It was that strong. So that is the issue with dictatorship, and that is the reason we have shifted to democracy. Now coming to
But
the point
isn't
of
it? But isn't this the same problem with democracy too? Because our leaders currently they are not doing anything, right? They are not taking any actions, any step towards this Kolkata rape case. Then to Manipur, I don't know the current status of Manipur, but other than also there are so many things which they didn't know anything about it. I would say maybe even during the Pulwama attack, yeah, the Pulwama attack they did do something. Okay, that's I won't include that. But still, even the current the government they are not doing anything proper, like right, because there are so many loopholes in the way they're governing our country. Don't you think so? I mean, democracy isn't able to do anything.
we obviously have a failure of democracy currently going on. At the same time, the reason we prefer democracy over dictatorship is because every 5 years, again, we, the people, have the power to come out and vote for the person who we think is the best. But again, we as the people, we cannot always blame the government. You know why? Because when we were responsible for coming out and voting, we did not. When we were responsible for forcing the government into action, you must have read about French Revolution. When we are responsible for coming out to the street and protesting and making sure we get our rights, making sure the government is forced to do what it's supposed to do, we do not. We are too lazy sitting at our homes. Even I am ashamed of myself because I did not go out and protest for whatever happened in Ajikar because there was nothing happening here in Bhubaneswar. I was surprised because there's like 500 meters away, I have a medical college here. Nobody blinked an eye. And I'm a part of the problem. We are a part of the problem. And the moment we stop being a part of the problem is the moment democracy wins. Even we have social media these days. We can use the power of social media, but we as people, what do we think? What will my post do? What will one post do? So the problem, you cannot clap with just one hand. The clap comes with two hands. That's what I have to say on that matter. And there has been also as a democracy, we have also had notions to have elections more frequently, but then there's another question of budget, another question of having enough manpower, because even with 5-year elections, we have a lot of issues because elections are also needed to be conducted throughout the states at the same time at the center, which again brings you to another arena of research, which is one nation. Which is being discussed in the parliament right now. You should research into why something is good. When you ask the question why, it's the moment you rebel. So coming down to another and my last point of today, I won't bore you anymore. But have any one of you heard about your right to information? Yes, my connection.
I
This is
have
fine,
heard
Kanya.
about it.
We can hear you.
Okay, I'm so sorry, my connection got cut. I'll be closing my camera just so I can stay connected. So coming to the last point, I guess Devanshi, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying that I have heard about right to information. Yeah.
Yes. So the right to information, just as we have our fundamental rights to protect ourselves against infringement from individuals or companies or anything, anybody, uh,
At the same time, there is something called administrative law. So everything that happens in a government office, it comes under their own administrative rules. And for that, we have administrative law. And under this administrative law, we have the right to information, the RTI, and there's also an RTI Act. So anything that goes on in a government office, starting from what budget is being what expenditure is being made, why some decision was taken, why somebody is holding on to a certain position, what is someone's educational qualifications. You can question almost everything happening in a government office if things are not transparent through exercising your right to information. And as people, as the citizens of this country, it's actually extremely important we exercise this right, because as I said, we the people getting lazy is the reason our government is getting corrupt. So the moment we decide to use this right to information that our founding fathers has given to us, is the moment we find out a lot of corruptions. The electoral bond scam was unearthed just because someone decided to put a right to information claim. So we have such powerful tools as the citizens, and it is important you as the students know about them. So the moment when it comes to fight, when the moment comes to rebel, you guys know what to do and what not to do. I won't bore you with more speeches. The crowd seems eager for dinner. So as like with my last words being, as the upcoming generation, as the upcoming youth, and as the upcoming even ministers, upcoming IAS officers, upcoming doctors, engineers, nurses, lawyers, and so much more, it's very important you understand the importance of what being a citizen is, of what being a stakeholder to this country is. You're not just an NPC, if I use Gen Z lingo. You're not just an NPC who makes no impact. You do make a lot of impact if you decide to. So it's about time we raise our voices. We take our pens, we take up our keyboards and decide to fight against anarchy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sukanya. So we have almost come to the end of the session. Now I would like to hand over the virtual mic to Manjay ma'am once again for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Majubin. It was wonderful to listen to you, encouraging the students to be assertive and maintain the dignity of being a proud citizen. And Sukanya, your calm and composed demeanor dealing with the rights and duties as an Indian citizen, and also talking about the Britishers' dominion and their lasting impact on our country was truly, it was very much informative. Thanks for this interactive deliberation of yours. Moreover, I would like to specially mention about Devangshi and Swarnali in participating wholeheartedly. And it's always nice to listen to Devangshi, her frankness in dealing with all kind of situations, her opinions and queries, and it was so nicely tackled by Sukanya's convincing replies. So it was indeed a very interactive session. And I would also like to specially mention about our participants, Banani Mahanta, Dali Deka, and Tanvi D. Bejborwa for your participation. And we would also like to listen to you if you're eager to speak something. I would like to request Tanvi D. Bejborwa to kindly unmute yourself and speak a few words. So anyone from the audience, like, if you want to speak something? Tanvi D. Bejborwa.
Hello?
Yes.
Extremely sorry, ma'am. Tanvi is not feeling well. She's sleeping. I'm Tanvi's mother.
Okay, ma'am.
Morning I called you, Mangla ma'am. I said, ma'am.
Yes. So you are okay. We are lucky to have a mentor here. So we would like to listen to you if you have a few words or
Nothing,
kind
ma'am.
of feedback.
I'd like to say Happy Independence, 78th Independence Day to all.
Thank you.
It was very good, and in future also, we hope this kind of session we'll get again.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, you
We'll
can listen.
Surely,
Hello?
we look forward for your cooperation always and in motivating the children of your school also to participate in our events, in our future events.
Sure, ma'am. Tanvi T. Bezburasi send one recitation, ma'am. I think you got it.
Okay, so kindly can you tell her name?
Tanvi T. Bezburwa, she gave one recitation, Assamese recitation.
Okay. So, Majubin, is that recitation with you there? That recitation of Asma's poem of Tanvi?
Tanvi, I think I didn't get. Or if I even.
I gave. It is there, I think.
Okay, I think we got it. Actually, we got it very late. I got it at 7:03. So it was difficult for us to manage everything.
Okay.
Already by 7 p.m. our event started. So some of the actually recitations and poems we couldn't just display. Some of the videos we got at like 3:30, those we presented, which was easier for us. But some of them were late.
Yeah. So if we have Tanvi's video, can it be played?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm trying. Ma'am, I will need but 2 minutes.
Yes, sure.
Archana, ma'am, I'd like to request you to kindly let me present. I have joined with another number.
নমস্কাৰ কবিতাৰ শিৰোনাম শৰাই সতীয়া ডেকা দল কবি
I'm really sorry. The video will not come. Only audio will be able to play. That's the problem actually arises if we do not get the things in time. But still, I'd like to play the audio itself.
Yeah.
চন্দ্ৰ হাজৰিকা শৰাই সতীয়া ডেকা দল লক্ষ্যজৰ সমুজ্জ্বল বনুৱা তই ৰণুৱা তই কাতৰ ভীমৰ বল মাটি কাটিবি পৰ্বত খহাবি একে ৰাতিতে বান্ধিবি গড় অস্ত্ৰ ধৰিবি শিলৈ ফুটাবি ৰক্ত গংগাৰ বোৱা বিথল খৰা চলাবি নাও চলাবি নোৱাৰিবি তাৰ সনা শত্ৰুৰ মূৰত নাচিবি ভৰিৰে ঠেলিবি হয় অমংগল হেং নাং ধৰিবি মোমাই কাটিবি দেশ মাতৃৰ লাগিলে ভোগ মোগল সিংহ শিয়াল হ'ব অসম মাৰিব নিদিবি চাল ধন্যবাদ
Indeed. That is just wonderful. Her voice modulation is perfect. I think in the future, we are going to organize such recitation competition where these students of ours can join in.
Yeah.
So we
Sure,
would like, yeah, we would like to have more students participation. So if we have more students, so in our upcoming events, we are going to surely keep poem recitation in all vernacular languages. So thank you to Tanvi and thank you to you, ma'am.
Manjuri, I think there is one more video from Shania. She had sent just now to me, which made it
Actually, we had some more videos with us, but due to lack of time, we couldn't play it because we got it in the very last moment. And my phone, I cannot present through my phone. I have to transfer it to my iPad, and that also takes time. So I couldn't just manage it.
I have one. Let me see the sound. My problem is with the sound sharing. Sound doesn't come. Share computer sound, right?
You have to do it in the Zoom settings.
This one will not work.
Very happy 70th
Sound is coming.
Yes, ma'am.
Independence Day. Today, I'm going to sing a song dedicated to the tricolor. The tricolor of India flutters the top with pride. Saffron white and green, it holds the chakra from inside. The tricolor of India flutters the top with pride. Saffron white and green, it holds the chakra from inside. Tiranga Mara, Uja Rahega, Tiranga Mara, Uja Rahega. Saffron stands for sacrifice, white the symbol of peace, grain for prosperity in the India of our dream. Saffron stands for sacrifice, white the symbol of peace, grain for prosperity and the India of our dreams. The chakra denotes growth and the progress for one and the leader of nations of the world. The country stands strong. The chakra denotes growth and progress for one and all. Our country stands tall. Tiranga. Uja Rahega, Tiranga. Uja Rahega, Tiranga. Uja Rahega. Tricolor of India flutters the top with pride. Saffron white and green, it holds the chakra from inside. Tiranga Mara, Uja Rahega, Tiranga. Uja Rahega. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. Thank you.
Well, that was Shania Singh the kids mentor of CWMA. So if we have any more videos to be shared, or shall we move with a vote of thanks?
Yes, I think Manjuli, we should.
Okay, so already we are getting.
Yeah, Majibin, we can later on post the video single in shorts in our YouTube videos also and share it with them that we have posted their videos.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
The videos which you got, we can post it separately in our YouTube channel also.
Yes, okay, okay, ma'am.
Even in our Instagram, time to time, tell them that we will post surely. But it came last moment, we couldn't take it in the live. But we'll surely post it.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Manju, we can move towards the end.
Yes, many of our students, sending the videos couldn't join due to some prior commitments. But thank you to all the talented participants, our lovely audience, students, mentors, and parents encouraging their words to come out with their creativity and participate in activities that celebrate the country's heritage. May the spirit of freedom guide us towards a brighter future. With this hope that independence ushers the dignity in us not to tolerate injustice, be free to roam without fear, I would like to wind off our event with optimism in our hearts. Thank you all for being there. Do stay connected.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thanks to all of you.
Meet you soon, ma'am, again.